What's up? What's up? It's your boy Corey B. So today I want to talk about the idea and the concept of failure and learning to love and appreciate the process. So, growing up in the hip hop generation, and most of my adolescence, I was a military brat, and just the different neighborhoods, and being around the military. The army units and stuff that we were around, and a lot of the soldiers, and just a lot of the friends that I grew up in. Like I said, the different neighborhoods that I was around. There's this kind of just ambiance of like, you gotta fight, and you gotta strive for more. You gotta like I said, the hip hop generation, the idea of like success is my only option, failure's not. It's like, it's just that simple. And that's an incredible mentality to have that drive and that ambition, and just like, I'm gonna go get it and nothing's gonna stop me. That's a great thing. But later in life, as I continued to grow, like when I went to UT, I went to University of Texas and studied psychology, and I was in the social psych research lab, and social psych is an incredible thing. I got into social psych kind of in a weird way, but it absolutely became a huge love and passion of mine. And being in the social psych research lab and helping work on experiments and designing experiments and conducting the research, and interviewing people and things like that, and knowing that when you're trying to publish something in a psychology research journal, some of them have a 94% rejection rate. Some of them are up to 98% rejection rate. I mean, I think the lowest one that I heard of was like an 88% rejection rate or something like that. I mean, it's absolutely insane. You have to learn to love and appreciate rejection if you want to strive and get somewhere, because you've got to fight and fight and fight, and you got to keep getting there. And then having been running multiple businesses of my own over the years, and having multiple partnerships, and watching people have these great ideas but no drive, and watching people join my cause, so to speak. Like, we were on a mission together, and then they flaked out and things fell on me. I'd watch businesses fall through. I'd watch things crumble. I'd watch things develop, and I would see them growing and growing, and then just completely get squashed. And I've learned so much from that process. I've learned from my years of growing up, and being around that, like, we've got to get there mentality, and we're not going to let anything stand in the way of our success mentality. Like, that has definitely curbed my mentality and the way I am. And growing up with my mom definitely had one of the hugest influences on my life from the time I was from the time I could talk. The word can't. The word can't was a bad word. I literally would get in trouble for saying can't, as if I had said a curse word. And I don't even know. For the longest time in my life, I didn't realize, because my mom didn't push me towards certain things. She just said if I was going to do something, I had to do the best I could at it. Like, she didn't tell me I had to go to college. She didn't tell me I had to have this job, or I had to have that job, or I had to follow in this person's or that person's footsteps. I was able to make my own choices, which I made some good ones, and I made a whole lot of bad ones. But my mom was always there. She always had my back, and she was like, what you're doing, it's going to get there. I know you're on a process. I know you're on this journey and this mission, and I know you'll get there. She was just always so uplifting and encouraging to me. And like, she just knew that I was destined for great things. She just knew. And that definitely had such a huge impact on me as well. And like I said, and then going on to my college years, when I learned that process of just appreciating rejection, and then because that rejection was just a part of the learning process. The many times that I brought something to Erin was incredible. Erin, she's so amazing. She's such a brilliant minded person. She a brilliant psychological mind, and she's an analytical mind, and she's a coach now. She coaches on many different aspects of life and business, and she's amazing. Erin Burgoon, you could Dr. Erin Burgoon, you could check her out. Look her up on my Facebook or on Instagram. She's really incredible. But I would bring things to her, and I'd be like, I have an idea for this or that, and she'd be like, well, how's that gonna work? And I was like, okay, well, this and this. And she was like, is that really gonna work? Like, she would never just, crush me. She was very encouraging and very like, okay, well, how are you gonna make that work? And like, we've got to make like a concrete plan of how this is gonna go from here to here, because you can't just have this idea and it just float off into nowhere. And I learned so much from working with her and just being able to adapt that experimental process, and being able to analyze things and really do thorough research to know where I was going in things. So it wasn't really, and see, that's what I want you to take away from this, is it wasn't really failure. And the times that I didn't have it right yet, I just didn't have it right yet. I was on my way. The times that I designed experiments and they fell short. The times that I worked on experiments that weren't mine and we fell short. It wasn't failure. It was a process of that learning. The times that I worked in businesses, the times I had partnerships, the times I launched a plan in a business and then saw it crash and just saw it just obliterate to nothing. It wasn't failure. I mean, you can look at it as that moment was failure, but I didn't fail. That was just one more of the many moments of my learning process that's got me to where I am today. I'm able to teach and help and mold and grow future entrepreneurs based on my experience, my trials, my tribulations, the things that I've faced, the things that I've witnessed, watched, the many things that I've had my hands on. And there's been multiple other businesses that I've worked with that I've watched people develop in their business, and they're like, hey, Corey, can you come help me with this? And I was like, absolutely. I jumped in. I was like, well, hey, you could be doing this, that, or that, to grow your business differently, to keep your business more productive, efficient, more viable. And sometimes I'd watch them take my advice, and other times I wouldn't. And I'm not going to put it out there in some kind of arrogant way that, if they took my advice and they did great, and if they didn't take my advice, they failed. No, it wasn't like that. But I watched many of them take my advice, and I watched many of them not. And I watched many of them call me back and say, hey, this worked. Can you help me? Can you help me again? This didn't work. I'm like, well, did it not work, or did you not apply it properly? This is, like I said, ultimately, I am not a know-it-all. I do not know everything. I do not have all the answers, but I do have a lot of them. I have a lot of answers just based on my many years of experience and the many different avenues that I've worked in, and the many different things that I've tried and watched be fruitful and watched struggle, and the many different people around me that I've watched be fruitful and I've watched struggle. So like I said, just learn to appreciate the process. You don't have to look at failure as you are, like as a huge negative thing. Something you tried didn't work. It failed, it flopped, maybe. Learn from that. Was it your partner? Was it the idea? Was it the concept? Was it the application itself? However it was that it fell short, figure out where it fell short, and let's move from there. Let's use that as a growing process. Let's use that as a stepping tool to something greater. There's so many more things that you've got happening, so many more opportunities, and so many more chances for you to reach like your true potential and the height of your success. So I challenge each and every one of y'all just to not let it break you, but let it build you up. Really, really let it build you up. Alright, I got much love and respect for all of y'all. Make sure y'all hit your boy with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ding that bell and get your notifications. And until next time, as always, it's your boy Corey B, and I'm going to talk to y'all later.